Hi, my name is Ryan Blocker, and I'm the Museum Collections Coordinator here at the Alabama Department of Archives and History. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about today, my favorite thing in the entire world, which is our textile collection. In total, we have over 4,200 pieces in the textile collection. And of that, over 200 are either quilts, bedspreads, or coverlets. And today, I'm going to talk in particular about a couple of collections that we have. For instance, the Mary Millage Jones collection. This is a collection of over 17 quilts that span the quilting history of Mary Millage Jones from the 1930s to the 1980s. So the quilt that's in front of me is actually one of my favorite. Really, I could talk about a lot of quilts as being my favorite, but this one has a special place in my heart. This is known as the Sun, Moon, and Stars quilt, and the woman who quilted it lived in South Alabama in the 1870s, and the entire thing was produced on their homestead in South Alabama. The cotton was grown, it was woven, and even the colors that you see were dyed there on that homestead. Now, the family called it the Sun, Moon, and Stars quilt, and because they were from a farming community, we always assumed that that really reflected the seasons and farming as it was related to the seasons. But it wasn't until a couple of years ago when I was on a very early morning flight, and as the plane was taking off, I looked out the window and saw this image that you see here. And it reflected perfectly the Sun, Moon, and Stars quilt, from the sun coming up and the moon behind it and the stars still remaining in the sky to the colors that the sun was lighting up. So when a quilt comes into our collections, we assess it. We look at colors and the pattern and the condition of the quilt and judge whether we can bring that into the collection and if it helps us tell this wonderful story that we're trying to get across. So how do you clean your antique quilt? I get asked this question a lot. And in fact, I don't recommend cleaning it yourself. In fact, I recommend speaking with an expert conservator. But if you do have small areas of staining, you can spot clean it rather than fully immerse it in like a washing machine. Well, we roll our quilts because it's a little bit easier on the fiber itself. Because when you're folding it, if you don't have acid-free tissue, unbuffered acid-free tissue within the folds to create more of a gentle curve and a sharp crease, those areas that are creased can bend and eventually break the fibers, and we don't want that to happen. So if you're folding your quilt, you just want to make sure that you have those creases or those folds padded, and you are periodically unfolding and refolding in a different way so that you can avoid those creases. Well, I tend to wax poetic about this, but quilts can tell us so much. Textiles themselves can tell us about what goods are available in a time, what the economy is like, whether they're using wool or cotton or silk. And we can even look at the skill of the quilter who quilted it. So they do offer a lot and help us really broaden that story about women in Alabama. While all the quilts in our collection are made by women, that's the wonderful thing about our quilts and quilts in general, is that they cross so many barriers. You have gender, you have race, you have economic backgrounds, you have time periods. They really do help us tell such a bigger, broader story of the people of Alabama.